Let us sit in Baba's remembrance for a minute. So on the Saturday, we were reading Murli dated 19th of December 1984. The most elevated, easy and clear path. And we all got to know that it's nothing but follow Father. So Baba was our companion that day, and he gave us the benefit of how following the footsteps of companion can really help us find our path with ease. Mm. And Baba gave us different analogies, different expressions, where he told that if you follow the companion, if you go his way, efforts will be very easy and it won't be difficult. But if we lose the way, we get into the forest of l- lot of questions and confusion. And Baba referred them to as thorns, different thorns which come across our way because we forget the companion, we forget to follow him. So Baba told us that he has given us the fortune, he's the bestower of fortune. And so we should not think what will happen, what is my fortune. Rather, we have the treasure chest. That being said, he told that know yourself and always move along, consider yourself to be a companion at every moment. So that was the main part of the Murli. We'll read now meeting with the groups. So we'll start with the Yad Prayer so that we quickly revise what Baba has to say. To those who place their steps in in his footsteps at every step, to those who follow the Father, to those who constantly experience the company of the companion in every thought, to those who fulfill the responsibility of love and always belong to the one companion and none other, to those who are easy yogis, the elevated, fortunate, special souls. Bab Dada's love remembrance and namaste. So first, Baba is meeting Kumaris. Kumaris are those who perform wonders, who are not ordinary. You are not ordinary Kumaris. You are Alokik Kumaris. What do Lokik Kumaris of the world do, and what do Alokik Kumaris do? There is the difference of day and night. They stay in body consciousness and make others fall into body consciousness, whereas you remain constantly soul conscious and fly and make others fly. You are such Kumaris, are you not? Since you have found the Father, you have all relationships with the one Father. Previously, it was just in name, but now it is practically. On the path of devotion too, you used to sing. We have all relationships with the Father. However, you now receive the sweetness from having all relationships with the Father in a practical way. You are those who have such an experience, are you not? When you receive all sweetness from the one Father, the thoughts cannot go anywhere else. Those who are victorious jewels, whose intellects have such faith, are always remembered and worshipped. Are you aware that you are victorious souls? That you are souls who always have the tilak of remembrance? What wonders will so many of you Kumaris perform? You will constantly reveal the Father through your every act. Let the Father be visible in your every act. Even let the words you speak be such that the Father is visible in them. Some people in the world speak very well. Everyone then wonders who taught that person. Their vision goes to that person. In the same way, let the Father be revealed in your every act. Your speciality is being embodiments of dharma, embodiments of divinity. All become those who give lectures, but only a handful out of multi-millions become those who give a lecture through their every act. So, you will reveal such a speciality, will you not? Show the image of the Father through your activity. So, Baba is meeting Kumaris and he has told that there is a groundbreaking difference between the Lokik and Alokik Kumaris because here we practice soul consciousness, while there they don't. And Baba also told them to have constant all relationship with one Father, and also he towards the end told a wonderful thing that Father will be revealed by every actions. There are many in outside world who get praises because they give a lot of lecture, but there is a handful from multi-million who give lecture through their act. Moving on to the second group, this is a big group of Kumaris. An army is being prepared. Those people do left, right. You always do that which is right. This army is also elevated. You become victorious through peace. You attain self sovereignty through peace. You don't have to create any upheaval. So you are the Shaktis of the very strong Shaktis army. You are not those who will leave the army. You are not those who will leave the army. No one can shake you, even in your dreams. You are not those who are ever influenced by anyone's company. Those who constantly stay in the Father's company cannot be influenced by any other company. Therefore, the whole group of you is a brave group, is it not? What do those who are brave do? They go onto the battlefield. So, all of you are brave, but you haven't gone onto the field yet. When brave ones go onto a battlefield, you must have seen how a band plays when brave ones show such bravery. When you go onto the field, bands of happiness will play. Kumaris always have elevated fortune. Kumaris have a very good chance for serving. There are these are going to be more chances too, because there is a lot of service to be done and few servers. When you servers go out on service, how much service will get done? We shall see what wonders the Kumaris perform. Everyone carries out ordinary tasks, but you have to carry out a special task. Kumaris are the decorations of the home. No matter what they consider Kumaris to be in the world, Kumaris in the Parlokik home are considered to be great. There is beauty in a center when Kumaris are there. There is also a special lift for the mothers. First in the first is the mother guru. The father has placed the mother gurus ahead, and that is why in the future the name of the mother's woman is first. Acha. Now the Baptada is meeting to the third group of teachers. Teachers mean those who are equal to the father. As is the father, so are you instrument servers. The father becomes the instrument, and so servers too are instrumental so. By considering yourself to be an instrument, you automatically develop sanskars of being equal to the father in a practical way. If you don't consider yourselves to be an instrument, you cannot then become equal to the father. Therefore, first is to be an instrument, and the next is to be constantly detached and loving. This is the father's speciality. Becomes loving and also remains detached. He is loving whilst detached. So to be equal to the father means to be extremely detached and extremely loving. To be detached from others and loving to the father. This is being equal. These are the two specialities of the father. So servers who are equal to the father are also like that. By constantly keeping this speciality in your awareness, you will easily continue to move forward. You won't have to make effort. Where you are in where you are an instrument, success is guaranteed. There cannot be the consciousness of mind there. Where there is a consciousness of mind, there isn't success. To have the feeling of being an instrument is the key to success. Since you have let go of any limited worldly mind, where did any other mind come from? Instead of saying mine, say Baba, Baba, and you will be constantly safe. It is not my center, but Baba's center. Not my student, but Baba's student. Mine finishes, and instead it becomes yours. To say yours means to fly. So to be instrument teachers means to be examples of flying stage. So Baba is highlighting the trustiness, the instrument, so that, you know, even as becoming teachers, technically they are surrendered, but there could be this feeling that my center, my student. So Baba tells that even change that mind to yours, change that mind to Baba. So that will be the perfect instrument experience. So wherever this is, like if it is teachers or if they are not teachers, this thing of mind always comes, and as we convert that to instrument, I think we become examples of the flying stage. So Baba says, just as you become examples of the flying stage, in the same way, others also become that. Even against your conscious wish, those from whom you become instruments receive those vibrations automatically. So, instrument teachers, servers are constantly detached and constantly loving. You are those who will pass any paper whenever you are faced with a paper. You are victorious ones whose intellects have faith. Then Baba meets the second group. All of you are spiritual roses, are you not? Are you jasmines or are you roses? Just as roses are said to be the most elevated of flowers, in the same way, spiritual roses means the most elevated souls. Spiritual roses are those who always maintain their spirituality, those who always maintain spiritual intoxication, those who always do spiritual service. You are such spiritual roses. According to the present time, there is a need for spirituality. It is because of not having spirituality that there is all that flying and quarreling. So become spiritual roses and spread spiritual fragrance. This is not the occupation of Brahman life. Stay constantly busy in this occupation. So Baba is mentioning the importance of becoming roses because that is most elevated of all the flowers. And then he has used spiritual fragrance as a comparing. It is what Baba says that spreading this spiritual fragrance means constantly be busy in the occupation of Brahman life. So now Baba meets other groups. Meeting groups, do you constantly experience yourself to be double light angels? An angel means one whose world is the one Father alone. Such angels are always loved by the Father. Angels means those who don't have any attraction to bodies or bodily relationships. Each of you is in a body in name and you interact with bodily relations, but not with attachment because angels don't have a relationship with anyone else. Angels only have a relationship with the one Father. You are such angels, are you not? 1 minute you come into your body to act, and the next moment you become detached from your body. Angels are here 1 second and somewhere else in the next because they are the ones who fly. They take the support of a body in order to act and then they go up above. Do you experience this? Is there, if there is attachment anywhere, if there is a bondage, then those with a bondage cannot fly. They would come down. Angels means those who are constantly in the flying stage, not those who fluctuate. You are those who constantly stay in the stage above, the ones who stay in the world of angels. So, when you become angels, embodiments of remembrance, all other relationships end. You have such a practice, do you not? You perform actions and then become detached. What do you do in a lift? 1 minute you are down, and the next minute you go up. You come down, perform your actions, and then press the switch and go up again. Have such a practice. So in this group, Baba gave two examples. One is Baba tells angels don't stay at one place. Sometimes they are here, sometimes they are at some other place. So likewise, even we can experience being in body and when needed and fly off to Baba when we have completed our tasks. And Baba gave another example of coming up and down just like a lift. It's very easy, just we press a button and we are down and another one will take us up. So Baba tells same thing, you can perform in your actions and press the switch when we have to go up again. So beautiful practical example which we can use in our day-to-day life. So I think this is where the Murli ends. Let us pause for a moment and try to recollect what all points can I remember and I can dwell upon for the day. Okay, so before we start, I think um, I will have to exit the meeting in some time because I have another meeting at 5:30. But I would suggest all of you all continue the discussion until we do it regularly so that uh, the group activity does not get interrupted. So sorry for that, but I'll probably be out in some time. So yeah, let's start the points which we can reflect.
Om Shanti Prafulbhai. I really liked, I always feel this Kumaris and Kumar, they're very close to Babdada's heart. That's why I remember even one Murli, he had mentioned, Kumars and Kumaris are favorite breakfast of the Mayas, of Maya. So he's so very particular, he keeps them very close to us. And the kind of title he gave them, embodiment of Dharma, embodiment of divinity. And when he said, show the image of Father through your activity. I just immediately remembered yesterday's Sunday's Murli. Always on Monday, when the Murli takes place, something from Sunday's Murli comes here. Here, the children are asking Baba, Baba, can you tell us what will be in the future? And they're also saying Jagdamba used to show them the image. Baba said, I've given you a unique mirror. And Baba also gave us so many titles like you're a master not just with powers, but you're a master with all powers. And the one thing which here also Baba speaks to the Kumaris, which yesterday also he mentioned this, he says, take the light from Bap Dada in every thought, and as a lighthouse, continue to give light. That's what even he wants the Kumaris to do, to reflect the Father in every image, which again rightly he spoke in yesterday's blessing when he said, if others see you and not the Father, that is not service. So here that's the same for the Kumaris. So when somebody see the Kumaris, they should not see the Kumaris but the Father. If not, we have made them forget the Father. I think this is one point which I really could connect the Kumaris with the Sunday Murli. Om Shanti.
Would anyone else like to share?
Om Shanti. Yeah, one reflection I would like to share to about Kumaris, that while the Lokik army does left, right, and left, whereas Kumaris will do always right, and that righteousness comes from the self sovereignty in company of Baba. The we are victorious through peace and attain self sovereignty through the peace while in the company of the elevated Father. So that there's no left, there's no distraction or deviation. That point I liked in the Alaukic Garden. Om Shanti.
Mumbai, I wanted to ask you, as you speak a lot of the army and all, in these pictures where they show the final procession with the Brahma Baba in the front, I've always seen only the Kumaris mostly in that procession marching. When you said left, right, I don't know, I was drawn towards that picture. Can you tell me what is that significance of that picture?
Basically, that picture says that the Shaktis are always ahead. They have been kept ahead by the Supreme Father, Shiv Shaktis, and gave an example also, gave a mentioned it that they will be remembered first in Satyuga. Their name will be remembered first, and then the Narayan's name. This is the reason that they are in the front. This is a unique army. It is not. There's no role of arms here, like the gross arms, but they are the suksh arms, sukshma ammunitions at the spiritual level, the energy. Uh, you know, so that is what is the significance. And if you see much deeper, then it is the soul level actually. The Shakti is nothing but the energy, which is the soul, and which gets manifested, which gets many multiplied many times, padam times through the company, through the remembrance of this supreme soul. So either way, we can interpret that. The Shakti is always first. The Atma comes first, and then the rest of the Prakriti and everything for the transformation of the world. So when the soul is in the company of the Supreme Soul, then this real transformation happens, and that's why the soul is always given the preference in Satyavya. Om Shanti. Your sister, did you get the clue? And someone else also may elaborate.
Yeah, I got it. You know why?
Attempted.
In
Yeah.
my earlier days, these Kumaris of the center, they used to jokingly tell the Kumars, see, Baba, Bab Dada likes only us first. And then that picture they used to say, and I used to really, I didn't get any answers and all. But I know Baba also says in the final moment, it is the roar of the lions which will come and the Shiv Shaktis come. But when I saw this in picture, I always felt, yeah, the Kumaris are right. They are very close to Bab Dada. Or the Kumar said, no, no, if you all are behind, Maya will catch you all. That's why Baba is very clear that you all are right in the front. That's why Bab Dada saw you in the procession. And it was just a joking conversation. But when you said army left, right, I was just drawn towards that. It's I don't know what's the significance much, but who drew that picture with what thing. But as you said, I remember the roar of the Shaktis will first be there, which will signal the start of the army and the commander in the front. That's why I asked, nothing else.
Yes, yes. In fact, behind every Shakti, there will be so many Pandavas. So Pandavas in any way will come. They will get transformed. Once the Shakti transforms, so this onus is on Shaktis, and they take the lead in the conference stage. So they will always be ahead for the 21 births. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Baba says we're all spiritual roses and that we spread the fragrance of soul consciousness as we move along. And second thing, that once we say mine, and that's when Maya comes. Instead of mine, it is Baba's. That keeps us grounded and soul conscious. Om Shanti.
Vinod Bhai, the spiritual roses, sometimes I get very thing. Why only rose signaled? Sometimes even jasmine flower, especially if you're a South Indian, there you won't find roses in that house. You'll find more of jasmine flowers. Everywhere jasmine. God is decorated in jasmine. Rose we just find as a decoration, but something. So can you say what's the special significance given to rose as the queen of flowers, and why even there's no word of spiritual jasmine? There's a word of spiritual rose. What could be the special selection for a rose?
Maybe, sister, it's the uh, breed of roses. There are plenty of roses, the different styles of roses. There are different colored of roses, and the way they look like, the florets, the petals, the arrangement of them, the size of them. Maybe they're all so varied and available. That's why roses are more colorful and selected over jasmine. I'm not really sure. Om Shanti.
One reflection could be roses as a flower also has thorns in it. Baba says that, like Baba always speaks about lotus, that lotus grows in the marsh, but it is so away and detached from the dirt from where it grows. At the same point of time, if we look at rose, rose is a flower, even after having so much of thorns, the kind of beauty and the fragrance that it gives across is mesmerizing. Uh, Everybody gets attracted to rose. So there could be vices that you may have, but you can grow beyond vices, um, and come up with that blossom beautiful space of being always wise with knowledge. Could be one reflection on why Baba speaks about roses.
Yeah, Rakiben, but sometimes what I think, see, whenever they show the spiritual rules, they show red color. Even though Vinod Bhai was saying there were different colors, never have you just take spiritual rose, they show the red color. So I thought maybe it helps me to churn about the. See, we have often been told Paramdam is red, like the red color is what has been instilled in us, and even in Bhakti, it's there. The red aura and all, even though aura has got different colors. So I thought maybe to show the relationship between a soul and the supreme soul, and a spiritual rose means a spiritual consciousness. Spiritual rose will never attract bad or fragrance. Like for a jasmine, they say, like when you put the jasmine on your thing, a kind of an urge comes, a kind of a body consciousness comes in the body. That's what in Tamil literature, they used to say for a jasmine. Never it has been mentioned like that for a rose. They just say it spreads fragrance. I don't know. I used to sometimes think nature is even very partial, but there has to be, I think, some inherent quality for a rose and quality for other flowers. Because today Baba mentions about that. He mentions why not jasmine, why only rose. That's why I wanted to share.
Another reflection is that when the rose is like the specialty of rose is like when you split it, all the petals will fall apart equally, instantly. Otherwise, they'll always be united. But so they are like Nyara and Pyara. Each petal is Nyara and Pyara. They are loving. They are together giving the fragrance, divine fragrance, and caring about each other. They're united. But when they're not getting affected by each other. They're all connected to the Supreme Soul, getting the nurture, nourishment, and also nourishing others. So that is the Nyara wala aspect, not detachment. Attached yet detached. Om Thank.
But Mumbai, they attract.
Loving and detached. That is
Mumbai,
what
they
is it.
attract. Definitely, they
But
attract more than a jasmine. Roses
yeah,
always
yeah,
attract.
the spiritual roses will definitely they will attract because the more they are detached, the more they will attract. That's the law. That is the law. The more a soul is detached from this old world, the more it will become like Krishna, the center of attraction. That is a law, no? Baba has described it so many times in Murlis. जितना न्यारा बनेंगे उतना प्यारा बनेंगे सर्व का प्यारा स्व का तो बनेंगे बनेंगे आपका मन बुद्धि संस्कार will also become your fan, but the world will also become fan. But when will it happen? When the soul deeply detached from the old world, from even the man buddhi sanskar, everything. Soul is just in alignment with Baba, but only with Baba's remembrance. Total attachment with Baba. I mean, you can churn on this, the qualities of spiritual soul, spiritual rose. Om Shanti.
No, I was just thinking why Baba added this in the teacher's paragraph. Had he told this for the Kumaris, I could have taken it. Teachers, he calls them as Guru Bai and all. Teachers, the question of attraction doesn't come. For the teachers, of course, he used the word. I like that, when he said that consciousness of mind, because always, teachers, they carry with them my center, just because of my Baba, my student, my center. That part, when Baba said it was there, but when he said spiritual rose in the teachers group, that's why I was just. Even the drill which Baba gave for the group, that was very nice. And when Raful Bhai met, he just said, switch on, switch off. I remember in the earlier days when they used to give us this guided commentary, they used to say, imagine that each part of your body is put on and switches. Remove the switch of the leg, remove the switch of the thigh, remove the switch. I remember the earlier days, they used to have this guided meditation. And here, when they said switch on, like angels, they go up and put on the switch, they come down again. That drill also, and as Praful Bhai said, the drill which comes after every Murli, it's a good thing for us to really pause and do those switch games.
Yeah, but what to switch on? Can I keep the switch on of I being in my soul consciousness is one reflection. So that's only through practice and experiencing every moment, whether in the space of living the daily course or anything where Maya stucks us. That's been the practice to keep on with this switch of keeping my Atmic Swarup on. That is one reflection.
I don't know, Rakhi Ben, if you remember or whether you have gone through, but I have gone through this. As I told you in the early days when I used to listen to these, this is a special cassette, guided meditation. I remember when they used to connect the body visually to every switch. And when they say switch off the legs, I used to sit down, I couldn't see my legs, and each part of the body vanished. And then, it was a very nice guided thing. And then when it came to the briquette, I could just see light. I don't know whether I know now it may seem funny because it should be something natural, not that one leg goes invisible, thigh goes invisible, abdomen. But that was how it was those days. But I used to enjoy it to just connect myself to, as if literally my wires are connected to everything. I don't know whether if you have heard that that was I don't know. It may be because we were too young in Gyan, the thing to know I am a naturally soul conscious, maybe. But those guided commentaries which were there in the beginning, it was something different.
All right, get that. Let's move on to being in silence for a couple of minutes before we close the class. So let's stabilize ourselves in the stage of soul consciousness. And let's reflect back on the points of the Murli that we read today. Shown ourselves for next 2 minutes. in complete silence. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. We meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.